Hello and welcome back to Stuart Thomas Media and another episode of Stu's Reviews. So today, I'm going to take a look at this, the Muson Action Camera. This action camera has been made with budget in mind. It films at 1080p and has a full plastic enclosure. Its rubber buttons give it a more premium feel, whilst its Wi-Fi capabilities allow you to control it through an app. Well, it's quite an informative box. Apparently it comes in a million different colours and it has some of the features on the back. Now, inside there is no padding except a cool box, which we'll get into in just a moment. But other than that, you've got instructions and that's it for packaging. Now the style isn't that bad, it's actually quite nice. It looks very much like a GoPro. It's even got that kind of signature cross hatching on the outside to make it more grippy. Although the difference here is that this is plastic, whereas on a GoPro it is rubber. So that's a bit of a downside. But the style, I think it is very nice. The buttons are rubber and it looks very similar to a GoPro, which is what you want because they're light and easy to use. On the back, you've got quite a large display. Let's take a closer look. So, as I said earlier, it's got a nice feel about it. It's a very similar sort of size to a GoPro, as I said, and it just feels quite light, quite small, and it's got a nice big display on the back, which I'll show you in just a moment. On the front, we've got the camera and the on button. And on the bottom we have a battery compartment, which is quite nice. We can open this and change the battery. In the packet as well you get a spare battery, which is really quite handy. Now, if we turn it on here, there we are. That should turn on there. If you give it a second or two, there we are. So at the moment it's just showing the table, which is pretty boring. But we can access the playback by holding down this button here. And we get access to a few different things such as video, photo, burst mode, time-lapse and playback. So it's got a good number of different options. If we just go into something like playback, for example, you'll be able to see the sort of quality of the screen itself. So it's quite nice. I know it appears sort of brighter on this screen, but actually in real life it's quite a good clarity. It is quite bright, but that means that you can see this in daylight quite easily. But it appears to be quite nice. Yeah, not bad. So the real question is, does it function? And I'm really looking forward to testing this out and seeing if it compares with much more expensive models such as the GoPro. So let's take a look at, firstly, some footage I've taken on this. The image quality isn't that bad. You'll notice in the dark areas there is a little bit of noise, and in the highlights area you do lose a bit of information, but it's not too bad for the size of sensor. It also handles camera shake quite well, and its inbuilt stabilisation handles the wobble of the car. One thing I wasn't too impressed with was the colour. Overall, without any correction, as you can see here, I thought the colours were a bit pale and a little bit lifeless. So it certainly would need some post-processing to bring out the colour of anything you're watching. So as you can see, by just tweaking the exposure slightly and the saturation slightly, it's brought the colours out a lot more, and you can see the greens are actually greener at this point, and obviously the rest of the colours are also slightly more saturated. It's not helped it much, but it does add a bit more taste to the image, does make it less flat. As for time-lapse, here's one I did yesterday. Now that we've taken a look at the footage, there's something else you need to see. So, in the box you get access to this, which is a carry case for the action camera. Inside here is a ridiculous number of accessories that I literally have no idea what they're for. Let's take a look. Right, so we've got that, one of these, one of those, that, whatever that is, that. So as you can see, there is quite a lot of different attachments for whatever you really want to attach it to. And I literally have no idea what any of these do. Some of you watching might have some experience of using any of these, but I don't, so I haven't got a bloody clue. I think that one might be for your bike. That's all I've got. Oh, and there is a waterproof housing which is currently over there, and I can't be bothered to move and get it, but, oh no, I will get it, hold on. That's the waterproof casing, which looks heavy duty. I haven't tested this out, in all honesty, but it looks like it could work quite well. Now the price comes to just £50 over on Amazon, which I think is really good. And I'll talk more about that in just a second on the conclusion. But guys, if you do want discounts on any product that I have reviewed, please check out the Stu's Review Club over on Patreon. I'll leave a link below at the bottom and at the end of the video. But for joining for just $1 a month, you can get discount codes for a lot of the products that I review, and you can see the up-to-date list over on there. So my conclusion is that this is a brilliant piece of kit. It has a lot of functionality, and you know, in terms of price, £50 versus the cheapest GoPro option at £150, you can't really go wrong. So if you're looking for an entry-level action camera and don't want to stretch to a GoPro, then this is indefinitely for you. And like I said, guys, I'll leave the link below to both the Stu's Review Club and the Amazon page for this, so check them out, and I'll see you back on Stu's Reviews soon.